All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Module 4 Live Q&A. We are attempting to top last week's Hangout because everyone was on for about an hour and a half and so much great information was shared. We had lots of wonderful feedback. So looking forward to all of your guys' questions tonight on social media mastery, and what we are focusing on in that module is blogging. So we have on the panel here Kara, Scott, Tiffany, and Brian.
No, Tara, what? Not Kara, Tara.
Did I? I thought I said Tara.
No. The confusion has begun already. The confusion
I really
has
thought
begun.
I said
So we've got Kara, Tara, Mary,
what?
Sarah.
Oh, jeez. All right. Anyway, so who wants to unmute themselves first and ask a question about Module 4?
I hate blogging.
Join the club. Ben hates blogging too.
You know what, Scott? Me too. Me too. And you know, I keep forgetting this is on record now for future members as well. But me too. That is the truth, right? I don't like blogging. I much prefer doing videos. So on my blog, I'm highly likely to do a video and then make my blog under like 300 words, maybe about 250 words. Now, the thing is with blogging for me is, although I hate it, recently I've realized that there is so much free traffic, targeted traffic to get if you blog in the correct way. And the way I see it is, it's a little bit like paying taxes. I hate paying taxes. I do not want to pay taxes, but I have to pay taxes. Now, I'm not saying you have to blog to succeed online, but there are many, 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 many benefits. And the only way I can handle blogging is by realizing that I only really have to blog once or twice a month. But so long as I do it in an effective way, I can still get a lot of traffic from it. So I'm never going to be the type of person who blogs every day. I'm not going to lie and say I am, because I won't be. But I can blog once or twice a month, especially knowing that if I really feel lazy, I can outsource it to somebody else to blog for me too. You know. So yeah.
My mindset when I came online was, in order to be an authority, you have to have someplace that people can go to read about you, to check out who you are as a person, as a leader, what you have to offer. So if you're out there just sharing capture pages, if you're only sharing an opportunity page or product pages, how are they going to get to know, like, and trust you? Because people do business with people, right? So almost every single top marketer online you will see has a go-to blog that they put content on. So.
Yeah, I can't see you guys.
You can't see us.
I see it says Ben, but it's all dark. I can't see you guys.
That's so weird, because we can see that it looks like our camera's on. In another Hangout that I rewatched, it also showed that our camera wasn't on, but on our end, it looks like it is.
Oh, now I see you.
Can you see us now, guys? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
All right, awesome.
So Scott, I mean, me and you are very similar in that light. Definitely, you know, I really do not like blogging, but I don't know if you went through any of that training in the module yet, but if you did, can you now, like, understand why, even if you just blog once or twice a month, why it could be like an invaluable source of traffic for your business?
Yes, I did watch the Module 4, and absolutely, I know it's important. I have blogged in the past, and I do have done it, but, you know, I definitely don't like doing it, but I realize the importance of it, and I think now being in you guys' group and getting the scope of everything that I got to do to really create a, you know, 6+, 7-figure business, you know, I got to implement, I got to, you know, have that blog, just like Angie said, so people can get to know me on a whole different level versus them knowing me through my email and through my sales page and all those other generic things. So yes, it will be a new thing that I'll be doing. So I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be totally straight with you, Scott. Today, when we were on about blogging, I said to Angie, "Can you imagine Scott blogging? Can you actually? I actually said, "Can you?"
Exactly.
And the reason I said that, Scott, is because I know that you're primarily a paid traffic guy. And when I did, like this year, I threw a lot of money into paid traffic. I mean, I was spending 4K a month at one stage for many months on paid traffic, and you can get some great results with paid traffic. But the way I see it is let's tap into every source of traffic we can. What I want in my business, whether it's paid, whether it's free, I just want as much targeted traffic as I can. And if it means that I have to blog a couple of times a month, then I'm gonna do it. But do I enjoy it? Really, the truth is, I personally don't. Angie likes blogging. Many people do like blogging. I guess my dislike of blogging came from a time when I was in a business, say no names, but we'll all know what the business is. I was in a business where they said, just blog every day, just blog every day and you'll make money. Now, the fact is, if you just blog every day, you won't make any money. But now I understand why I should blog and how to blog and how simple it is. I'm way more motivated just to put out a couple of blog posts a month. And what I'm going to do is right now, we're about to move to the Bahamas, and we're over the next 15 months, we're pushing to hit 7 figures in our business. So I'm just going to do a blog on a new blog that Angie set up for me today. There was no we. Angie set it up for me today. So let's just be clear about that. I am not techie at all. She's my blog outsourcer. But I'm just going to tell a story, and I'm just going to say, hey, on my first blog post, hey, it's Ben here. This is my brand new blog that I've set up today. I've blogged in the past, but I never understood the importance. Here's why I started blogging again. Right now I'm moving to the Bahamas, and over the next 15 months I'm going to be pushing for 7 figures in my business, and I want to share my journey with you on how we're relocating to the Bahamas. So the next few months I'm just going to be sharing the event of me relocating to the Bahamas and our push towards 7 figures. And if I do that a couple of times a month, it's like a little bit like a soap opera. People want to know what's going on in your life, and people start to tune in. And obviously on my blog I've got like a free giveaway so they can opt into my list, and then I can begin to market to them through emails. Now, I know already I'm going to get a ton of free traffic, targeted traffic coming there. So I hate it, but I can handle it twice a month. And I can especially handle it knowing that I've got something like interesting to share with. For the last sort of few weeks, I just had this notion of just blog every day, and I was thinking, well, what the hell do I want to just blog every day for? That just made no sense to me. So I think when you really understand why and how to blog effectively, blogging becomes a little bit more interesting, even for somebody who really just finds it boring, which I do. So I'm in the same boat with you there, Scott, but I can do one a month, 2 a month, sure.
Hey, are you guys using your own blogging platform, or are you using ILNs?
Well, I personally have multiple blogs. I have my main one that I've had since I personally came online. That's over 4 years ago now, and that one's on a WordPress site. We do recommend having your main hub on WordPress, but then you can do multiple targeted niche blogs as well, which I have several of those, on ILN and Blogger. I like to spread myself out, basically. But if you're just looking to have one main hub for a lifetime of your business online, I would suggest starting with WordPress.
Awesome.
If you want to do it very, very simply, I also have a tutorial on how to set it up with ILN, because that is definitely the most simple way to do it. WordPress is a little more complex, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool.
WordPress is complex, but it looks 1,000 times more professional than the ILN blog. When we say it's more complex, it isn't that complex, but there is a little more to it. But when you've got a good outsourcing team such as I have, then. But yeah, and Scott, the route we really want to take people down now is we're all about just getting started and going back and perfecting later. But at the same time, I feel like it's time for us all just to be more professional in what we do. And you know, if you go to any of these top marketer sites, they're not using cheapy, crappy-looking blogging platforms. They're using stuff that's befitting of 6- and 7-figure earners, and it doesn't take that much investment to get these things set up at all. It's actually very low cost, and what you're going to like create is going to be there for a lifetime. It's going to tell your story over the next 5, 10, 15 years.
For sure. Yeah, in the past, I've created my own blogs, got my own WordPress themes, did plugins and everything. I know how to do all that stuff. And that's the part I just dread really doing. I don't mind writing my blog posts. I don't really want to use ILM blog. I want to use a more professional blog like you guys mentioned.
Yeah.
That's my thinking. So I'll probably go that route. So.
Yeah, and also having your own blog on a WordPress site doesn't necessarily, people then don't necessarily associate you with a particular company. You're not tied to a company. You know what I'm saying? You know, an example of a blog I go to, although in my opinion it feels a little outdated, is Ray Higdon's. Now, he's a big part of My Lead System Pro, and a company called World Ventures, but he has his own separate blog because he wants to brand himself. In other words, if anything ever happens to My Lead System Pro or World Ventures, Ray Higdon still has his own separate site where he's building his own followers that that will always buy into brand Ray. And the idea is you want to create brand Scott or brand Tara or brand Tiffany or brand Brian. That's Angie teaches on this, and I know she's going to say something after this, that branding yourself really is what makes you stand the test of time. So I personally want to brand myself on a whole new level for the rest of this year and moving into next year.
Yep, I see the chat going on over here. Brian saying outsource it, and yeah, odesk.com is definitely a resource for outsourcing. We also have a personal outsourcer that we've used for our projects, which you guys can have access to as well. Just ask us in the group, and we can connect you with him. So let's see, who's next? Tara. Tara, do you want to?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I'm all caught up with my trainings. Yes. And I did, actually, I went through the videos on 4 today, and I'm the same way as Ben. I hate blogging. I do it a lot, though. I do it a lot because I want to have a place for people to go where I'm in control of what they see on the sides. When I'm in control of the content they're seeing all together, I guess my favorite part of it is the design part, creating a header. I love that stuff. I love playing with that stuff. But what I do is I make a video. I take my description that I had on YouTube and I blog it. And I may add to it, but it's, I love the way that you guys go over it because you're not doing that old school beat it over your head blogging style training that, like with Kara, I wish she was here. She was being mentored, and I was like, you have to stop listening to them because they were literally having her do things that she hated. And I said, why don't you just relax and write about what you want and then target it towards the people, don't blog just for the sake of having the content. Don't just blog because of that. Blog from who you are, because that's where you really get to show who you are. Stronger than social media, stronger than your emails, stronger than all that. You get to really be you there. So I love the training.
Awesome. My theory on blogging, Tara, is a little bit like my theory on working out. Just work out once a year, but make it a really good workout.
It'll just last.
But no, seriously, you are better, and when you understand how we're teaching you to blog, you can blog all means every day, and I encourage people to blog more than me and somebody like more than Scott. But you are better blogging once or twice a month and making it really great and really knowing how to drive traffic to that blog than just slapping up crap every day that really has no effect. And also, as we say in the training, don't worry too much about writing for SEO and search engines and all that, because the truth is, when Google decides to release its latest update, whether that's a panda, a penguin, a cheetah, or a lion, or whatever it is they do, that content that was ranking on page 1 today will be not ranking on page 1 tomorrow. SEO, for me, is a bonus. If I rank on the first page of Google, bonus. But you're writing for people, not search engines. You don't want to sound robotic. You want to sound natural, and you just want to share your life, share about what's going on in your business, and really do share your struggles. Share your struggles. I'm going to be really open with you right now. I'm going to share on my first blog how I seem to be pushing towards the 50K mark in my business residually, and then something happened with a particular company I was in, and it lost me a lot of income. I'm going to share that on my blog and be real with people and say, this is where I am right now, and this is where I'm heading to. And I feel like with a blog, people just want people to be totally honest and transparent about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and everything in between. And that's, for me, the way I'm going to write.
Yep. And the thing about blogging these days, like the SEO thing, it's not necessarily that it's dead, because we know keywords matter. We know people search for things. The thing is, it's really an SMO thing. If Google recognizes that blog is being shared on Twitter and Facebook, and that's when they really start to rank it. And you'll notice that they have the Google authorship, but they eliminated it. But yet there's still a power in that. If I share your blog, Ben, and I'm ranking for some reason, I might be shown as the person that shared your blog originally.
Yeah. So
not only will it connect to the social media site, it'll connect to your blog, and it's totally new school how it's going down. And
a few months ago, Tara, I noticed, because obviously some of you guys know when it comes to ranking YouTube videos, I'm not saying I'm one of the best at it, but I can rank YouTube videos. I noticed a change through about 3 months ago, just before I came to the States, and I had a particular formula for ranking videos quickly, and I noticed I was doing some of the stuff I used to do, and there was people who were ranking above me on the first page who I taught, and the only difference between what they were doing and what I was doing, I noticed it was this: they were getting a lot of shares through Google+. Yes. Now, YouTube and Google are now leaning towards, and basically the more your content gets Google+, the higher they are ranking you. They've moved more away from kind of keywords, more into this whole idea of, well, whatever's being shared the most, we're going to give preeminence to. So SEO does still matter, but I don't feel that it matters as much as it used to matter. It's all about that social sharing aspect now, or that's the way it seems to be going to me anyway. So I'm definitely not going to sit there worrying that much about keyword research. I'm just going to write what I feel needs to be written, and make sure that I'm getting comments on my blog, and just make sure that people are sharing my blog. That's it, and I think the rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
any other questions though? But if I think of one, somebody might remind me of one.
Okay, cool. I don't know if Brian can hear us, but Brian, if you can hear us, then I see you can. So Brian, how's it going, man?
Hey, everything is well. How's everything going with everyone?
Good. We've got 4 days?
Yeah.
4 days.
Getting very anxious for our move.
4 days and so much stuff to do. I'm sure we won't get it all done, but whatever happens in 4 days, we're out of here on the road heading to the Bahamas. So, everything's good. We've probably got a lot of kind of things there's a lot of unknowns coming up, and getting through customs in Bahamas with 2 dogs and all kinds of things that we're going to have to face, but I'm sure it'll all come good in the end. And if not, we'll be visiting Tiffany. So yeah, we're only joking, Tiffany.
Well, that's good. That's good. But I looked at the module as far as blogging, and I actually worked with you guys about just about generating traffic. And I actually, you know how I am. I'm the type of person that I love to learn and I love to take action. And I tell people that it's great to learn something, but it's even better when you take action because you learn from your mistakes, and then from there, it becomes not your weakness, but it then definitely becomes your strength. But when it comes down to blogging, I got a lot of folks through YouTube and my blogs and whatnot, but it's really good as far as just providing some credibility. It makes yourself look like an expert. And when it comes down to this business of online marketing and whatnot, it's a position of just like, okay, do I even trust this person? So when you have your blog and you can slap like your YouTube videos or whatever, you stand out amongst your competition because your competition really not doing that because there's a lot of folks always say about blogging is what? I dislike it, I hate it. And the thing is I tell folks to learn how to do the opposite of your competition. And I would tell folks that out of 100%, if 98% of something doing something, try to do the 2% because then you stand out so much more. So when it comes down to ranking, it's really good. As far as just providing quality, it's excellent. And the key is and I tell people this, that you like this stuff too, it's about dating. So when you're building that relationship on your list, you want to have different types of settings. You don't want to go to the movie theater or the same restaurant or whatever. You want to take your list on a different date. You want to show them like your blog. You want to share your YouTube video. You want to share, which work a lot is really like sharing content or take like a screenshot of your Facebook chat or whatever. Someone saying, okay, this has changed my life. Take a screenshot and share that. And it's just amazing what happens once you create that relationship with your list. And then people like, man, like I got one person that said that they was 84 years old and she bookmarked my blog and she loves the video. And she said that she joined my business because she trusted me. And I was just touched by it because she's 84 years old. I have nothing in common with her. But but the thing is that she's awesome, man. And the thing is that that's just not one occasion. That happens all the time. But the thing is, I tell people this: if I had to say, like what type of sport it is, I tell people this: like when you do online marketing, don't really focus so much on just getting that quick money because you both know with your program is that we're all about retention. And when it comes down to blogs, when I actually consider it cross country, it's long lasting. It's going to be here for this year. It's going to be here for next year. It's going to be here for 5 years from now. It's going to be here for 10 years from now. So this is something that's amazing. I thank you guys for just creating just this wonderful program and also just touching upon blogging because y'all did the training so well that anyone can definitely understand. So kudos to you guys.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks for that feedback.
Do you want to shoot? I was just going to say in response to that, Brian, you know, I mean, when I dived into paid traffic, just to go back to traffic again, which, you know, blogging really, that's what it's all about, credibility and traffic. When I dived into paid traffic this year, the paid traffic is great, don't get me wrong, and if you know how to work it correctly, it can be very effective. But one thing is with paid traffic is when you send paid traffic to a squeeze page, number one, that traffic is cold, and number two, that squeeze page is static and lifeless. When people come to your blog first, before they come to your squeeze page, in effect, you're already warming up that traffic. They're already beginning to know, like, and trust you. So when they come to your squeeze page, they're way more likely to enter their details and give, you know, that's what you want. You want their email address. They're way more likely to opt into your list. So if you can really, really learn how to, like, you know, not even master blogging, but just become a little bit better at it than 98% of people out there, which isn't that difficult, the opt-in rates on your squeeze pages will go up massively. So I'm really interested to see over the next month just how much traffic I can generate through a blog. You know, I'm going to see, because most of my traffic in the past has come from paid traffic and YouTube and Facebook. So I'm gonna be really, really going hard at this, and I'm gonna be like, although I'm not in this competition, I'm going to be competing as if I'm in this competition, because I want to get, you know, if Terry gets 10,000 people to her blog in the next 4 weeks, and I want to get 20,000 people there, you know, it's just like I'm totally, for me to be even half excited about doing a blog is a miracle. So, You know, I'm excited. It warms people up, you know, before they get to your squeeze page. And if you can, people find you online and they are suspects. They are suspect. Most people online who are searching have been burned by online marketing. They've been promised that they'll make $1 million in 3 weeks. And when they come to your squeeze page, they are suspect. They are suspicious. So if they can come to your blog first and, you know, you can build some trust with them first, they're just way more likely to give you that precious email address. So it's a smart move, and I'm going to be definitely capitalizing on it over the next few months.
And I'm looking forward to this competition. I know pretty much all entrepreneurs get motivated with a little bit of a friendly competition. So we'll see who steps up to the
friendly. Did she just say
might be throwing some elbows over here. I don't know.
I've got a cut lip. So I don't know if you've got anything else to add, Brian, but you know, I'm just as I say, what's exciting me most is we gave you that list of the top 100 blogs, internet marketing, online money making blogs. I'm really excited just to go to those blogs over the next month, leave a few simple comments, and see what traffic, in effect, I can steal from their blogs. I'm really interested to see how much traffic I can generate just from commenting on other people's blogs. Now, the top 100 blogs in this industry are getting high volumes of traffic, so there's a lot of quality leads that we're going to generate just from going and sharing, you know, just sharing a comment on other people's blogs. It's so simple, such a simple way of generating traffic for yourself. I can't really think of anything more simple than just leaving a comment on somebody's blog, and that's so easy to do. Anybody can do that starting today.
Yep. Yeah. So let's hear from Tiffany. Oh, Brian, were you going to say something else?
I just want to just add on to it, like as far as just connecting with folks on blogs. I actually started doing that a couple of weeks ago, and actually got some really good folks. And one thing is really good is just having laser target leads, but also just cultivating relationships is very important. And it's amazing because what I do is I took a page where you guys said is compliment them and what you learn from their blog posts. So then you have a humbling heart, so to speak. And what I actually did was include just my Facebook my Facebook profile, so then we can connect. And as you guys know, I'm very good on relationships, and I'm really big on relationships. I got tons of folks was like, man, I'm really good at blogging, but I'm lacking in some areas. And so we just mastermind together and they said, what do you do? And I share with them. They said, man, I'm definitely interested. So I'm definitely encouraged, like you said, just engage in a blog and just talk from a really warm spot, and don't really think about, okay, I'm going to use this person to get them into my business. Don't do that, because that's selfish.
Yeah, it's just go there, like you just said, Brian. Just go to other people's blogs from the basis of, I'm just here to just say, hey, great content, this is what I learned, appreciate you putting this out there. Just doing that, you're going to make connections, and as we teach in the training, you know, they're then going to oil rig hop over to your blog, they're going to leave comments on your blog, they're going to opt into your list, and not all of them, but some of them are going to become customers, and some of those customers are going to turn into lifetime clients. And that's what happens when you take your focus off the immediate money and you place your focus on just providing value. You know, obviously there's two extremes in this industry, and the balance is always in the middle. One extreme will say just go out there and pitch to everybody. The other extreme will say go out there and just provide pure value. Well, the balance is in the middle. Provide value, but when they give you their email address, you're continuing to build a relationship, and you're marketing to them off the back end. And one of the biggest eye-openers I've had over the last month is that one of the mentors we plugged into said you can go anywhere on the internet, on my Facebook wall, on my YouTube channel, and to my blog, and you will never ever see me selling anything. And all he does is provide value. He gives away free training, and off the back end of his free ebooks, his free trainings, he just says, hey, if you like what I just taught you, then there's a little product you can buy which will enhance your learning experience and take you to the next level. You never on the surface you would wonder, what is this guy selling? So, you know, and for me, that's definitely the way to go. That's definitely a smart way to go. So it's the way I'm going in my marketing. And after being online now for 4 years, and I wouldn't say I was pitching people, but I definitely got caught up in some hype. I got caught, you know, and I think, you know, we can all say we've been caught up in hype. I'm going to just say it openly. The retention rate in MLM sucks, and it sucks for a reason. It's because most people in MLM are marketing their business in the wrong way, and they're not branding themselves correctly. And it's not that people are lazy. It's not that people don't want to succeed. Sometimes you have to look in the mirror and actually say, the way I've been doing business sucks, and I need to make some changes. So retention rate in MLM sucks because it's just being done in the wrong way, and I haven't got any more time for doing anything in the wrong way. So.
And by marketing the way that we have been attracting such better quality people that are ready to learn and spend the time that it takes to actually implement what works. When we were out there promoting, the Hype Way, which actually grew our business extremely fast, we found that people would come in, and since they hadn't established themselves online, they would go out there and market in a hype way as well, and it didn't work for them because they had zero credibility, right? So when you're out there marketing this way, you're going to attract the people that are going to be able to stick around for the long haul and actually get results.
Yeah, and LLA has now been going a month, and out of, I think there's nearly 100 people who got on board in a month, and to be honest, we've been that busy creating content that we haven't been marketing it that hard at all. But out of nearly 100 people, I think there's only something like 3 to 5 people in a month who have dropped out. Now, if that was an MLM, way more people than 3 to 5 would have dropped out even in a month. And the retention and the way we're doing, because of the way we're doing business, is way higher, and we're just attracting quality people. And you know, it's simple. We can all do it, and I really believe in this group that there's going to be a lot of 6- and 7-figure earners in the next 6 to 12 months that come out of this group. I really feel there is. I'm more confident now than I ever have been in anything I've ever done, and I'm not saying that because it's something we created. I'm saying that because of the feedback I've been receiving from everybody, and the retention rate already in the first month is speaking for itself. So anybody who wants to chime in and say anything can do. If you totally disagree with what I just said, you can say so. And if you've got any more questions before we hop over to Facebook and chime in the group, then oh, sorry, Tiffany, I forgot.
It's fine, no worries. I mean, Scott pretty much already asked my question, so I just wanted to say that I'm really happy to be a part of this group. It actually came into my life at the right time, because when I started marketing about 2 years ago, you know, I was on that hype phase where I was on to the next product, because that's how my mentor was training me, onto one product, next product. And I just, in my heart, I wasn't feeling like I was having that credibility within the industry. And this just came right on point for me, because that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just want to build something that's lasting. So I'm really happy to be here. My question was about the ILN blog versus the WordPress blog, so it was already answered, and I have both, so I'm just going to focus probably more on my WordPress blog than my ILN blog. So that's all that I had as far as the question.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I still do tons and tons of different niche blogs. So if I'm trying to get traffic for a particular product, then I will go and do a blog with the title specifically related to that keyword. But when you're doing your lifestyle blog, all about you as a professional, long-term, absolutely WordPress. So
great.
Good.
Thank you.
Is there any more questions on the panel before we hop over to Facebook? It looks like Tara might be ready to fire another bullet at us. No?
She's real excited over there in the chat. I love that.
I want to say something. This is a bit off topic, but I just want to throw it in there. The most difficult thing that I'm doing right now that I know is the right thing to do, that's so hard for me, this is off blogging. I'm sorry if I'm kind of veering off, but I want to say it, is the double opt-in. oh my God, it's so hard for me to do double opt-in because I've been doing single opt-in forever. And, you know, my business all depends on clicks, so I feel like I'm giving away my clicks that I sell, and I'm freaking out. But I'm doing double opt-in. I'm doing it right now. I'm running a lot of traffic right now, and I'm doing double opt-in, and I'm like, I go into my Aweber, and I look, and I see, you know, no confirmed subscribers yet. I'm going, oh my God, I'm going crazy. I don't know. Were you guys doing a lot of single opt-in before you went to double opt-in, or have you guys always done double opt-in?
Scott, I was doing all single opt-in. Now, again, I'm just going to be honest with you. It's the double opt-in is something that scares the crap out of me too. It really does. And you can go and ask like 10 different marketers, and you know, one or two of them may say like set it to single opt-in. But from my observation over the last 6 months, the vast majority of marketers at the top that I've talked to and researched do, as a whole, tend to set that double opt-in. They do tend to have it. It's something my head, if I'm honest, is still battling with, because I'm like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just like losing leads here. I'm losing leads. And even a course I bought the other day, and I'm just going to be honest, I bought a course through Terra from a guy who's made millions and millions and millions online. I mean, this guy was a multi-millionaire, and then 1 year he literally just lost all his business. He had a meltdown, and then he decided, I need to get it back, and then he went out and he made 10 million in a year. He got it all back. Now, he says he's played around with double opt-ins and single opt-ins, and recently he actually went back to single opt-ins. You know, he went back to single opt-ins. But the vast majority of top marketers I'm coming across do set that double opt-in. So once I've knocked out this training with Angie and we've got all our content loaded up, I'm going to give the double opt-in a good running for like 3, 4, 5 months. I'm going to give it a chance, and then I'm going to make a final decision from there. For now, I would personally say try out the double opt-in for a few months, and you know, as a traffic guy, you will get a feel whether or not that the people you're adding are of a higher quality. You know, because I've got a list. One of my lists is 3,000 plus people, and it was all single opt-ins, and they're very unresponsive. Quite unresponsive. I've got a smaller list, which was, I think it was, a lot of it was done through double opt-ins, and that made me like a lot of money. So it's like, although my head is still battling with it, eventually when I get the funnel knocked up, I'm going to stick with the double opt-in and just give it a good testing. And I'm just being honest with you there. It's something that scares the crap out of me too.
And I'm not alone. Cool.
Yeah, you're not alone, Scott. Maybe me and you should start our own group for people who hate double opt-ins and blocking. And I understand
or something.
As a traffic guy, you almost feel like you're throwing away money, but let's just me and you make a pact of testing it together for a few months, and let's see how it goes. So it's a widely debated topic in this industry, but my stats are telling me right now that the most percentage of top marketers are using a double opt-in. So I'm going to try it out for a few months. If we need to update it in the future and say, you know what, I tested it for 4, 5, 6 months, and I actually found it didn't make that much difference to me, I'll be the first one to say it didn't make much difference. But for now, I'm just going to test it out and stick to it.
Nice, thanks.
Yeah, no, so what I think is awesome about this membership site is that we are combining both of our knowledge that we have, because we have completely different strengths, and we've also had different mentors. So to combine all of that knowledge with what we know to work for both of us individually, as well as 7-figure earners that we have plugged in with, we're going to keep relaying more and more information to you guys as we get it.
And that's it. You know, we will literally, as the knowledge is coming to us, not before we've tested it, of course, but as the knowledge is coming to us, we'll pass it on. And as I say, I'm doing double opt-in under the advice of a particular mentor that I'm plugged into right now. So I'm going to see how it goes. Are there top marketers who don't use double opt-ins? Yes, but there are more top marketers who do than don't. So,
well, I know John Chow over the guy in Mobe. He makes millions of dollars a year, and he swears up and down for double opt-in.
Yeah.
You're crazy to not do a double opt-in.
And also, you'll know Vic Streiser, who used to be top guy in Power Network. He was the first one who first got me thinking about double opt-ins. He basically says when you do double opt-ins, you're separating the time wasters from the serious people. If somebody puts their email address into your capture page and then is prepared to go into their email and confirm they want to hear from you, they are 100% serious about being on your list. They're somebody who's, that is a person who's highly likely to buy from you at some time because they've had to put in a little bit more work to, confirm they want to hear from you. So, and we've done it all the time. It's the last few days I've deleted myself from about 4, 5, 6, 7 different people's lists. And what happened is, at one stage I put my email address in there because I wanted to maybe get some free training. And I'm not really interested in hearing from them. I just wanted to grab whatever they were offering. I was being a freebie seeker. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a few freebie seekers on your list, but if your whole list is freebie seekers, you're going to have a problem making money from that list. So I'm just gonna test it out, and it'll be interesting, Scott, to see what both our results are like over the next few months with doing the double opt-ins. But yes, if I was running a lot of traffic, which I will be in the next couple of months, and I'm talking paid traffic, it is scary because every click is costing you money. So, but, just give it a test out, Scott, and see how it goes.
I will. Cool. Thanks, man.
I see that Kara is in the house. Hey, Kara, how's it going?
Good. Hi, guys. Sorry, my camera, I wish you guys could see me. It always crashes when I have, all these people on at the same time. But I'm here. Excited.
Listen, Kara, if you don't want us to see you lounging down here, that's
yes, because I'm so grotesque.
we know that you're highly sensitive about your extravagant lifestyle. That's okay.
Oh, yes. I know. Yeah, I am living large over here. Oh, good. Yay. Yeah, so, I love the training. You guys know that. And there was, I had it all in my head what I wanted to ask you guys. Because one of the things that I've struggled with, and I think some people call it reverse prospecting, but I don't know if that's what I'm really trying to do. But as marketers, we build all this content, and sometimes we end up in a company, it doesn't work out, and you leave, and then you still have all this content out there, and so that leads people to you, and I'm constantly getting hit up messages by others saying, "Hey, Kara, are you still with this company?" It was like a makeup company, and I just I've been leading them to people who are in that company. But then I started to realize, listen, they came to me for a reason. They saw something they liked, or there was something there. So my question was, what are some of the strategies you guys use when people actually come to you and it's about a company you're not even in anymore?
Yeah, for sure. So one of the number one things that you can do is just ask them their goals. We were chatting about this a little bit in the group already earlier. Whoa, what's going on there? But when you ask them their goals, then you can understand exactly what they're looking for. Maybe it wasn't that particular company that they were interested in, but maybe it's just working with you, or maybe it's a certain particular goal that you can help them in another way to reach. And as you mentioned with the academy earlier, if their goal is literally just to generate income and to build a business online, maybe not with the specific company, then you can plug them into what you're working on now to help them reach that goal. So really it's just about asking them the right questions so you can lead them where you want them to go. And Ben is actually much more skilled at the psychology behind messaging people and leading them where to go. But that's all I would do was ask them the questions and see how I could fill their needs in a different way.
Yes.
I mean, I don't really know what to add to that now. She's learning.
It's so funny because we've literally sat, I've had chat boxes open, and I'm like, what would you say here? And we've spent like hours and hours sharing how he has a conversation with someone to properly lead them where he would want them to go.
When me and Andrew first started sitting down and doing that, when I came over here, she just used to say to me, I so would have not said that and would have just like lost my temper by now. You know, when somebody comes into my inbox, Karen, you know, the occasional time now when I go into somebody else's inbox, like, I'll give you an example. Before you joined LLA, I think you were going to join anyway, but I came into your inbox and I just made and I meant this, I don't want you to think I didn't mean this, but I came in and said, hey, Karen, you know, you've got massive potential online. I've watched you for ages. What's going on in your life? And what I do is, if somebody comes to my inbox, I just begin to dig into them with questions like, what's going on in your life and business right now? What is it you're looking to achieve? Where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 6 months? And they may come into my inbox asking me about joining some other company, but very quickly, by the time they leave my inbox, I've almost re-diverted what their ideas was, not in some pushy salesperson way, but our job as marketers, right? This is our job, and this is something I learned from a guy who basically he's earned billions in this industry. The guy's name is Jay Abraham. He's earned billions. Some of you probably know that name, but what I learned is this: is you are your client's trusted advisor, even before any money is exchanged hands. So when somebody comes into my inbox, the way I view it is I am there to give them the best advice I possibly can, even if that means me saying, actually, you don't want to join me in my business, you're better off doing this. Does that make sense? So I almost see myself as that person's lawyer. I'm there to give them legal advice or life and business advice, even if that means me saying, you know what, you're not a great fit for my business. But if it means that I need to say to them, you know, one line I use a lot, for example, is, hey, Kara, can I give you a little coaching tip based on what you just said? I had to say it to a guy today. A guy came into my inbox today, and he said, I'm looking for help in moving forward in my business, etc., etc., etc. Got into a conversation, and then he said to me the words that most of us dread, that's great, I'll do that next week. I'm thinking, what? And so I said to him, can I give you some advice? And he said, yeah, sure, fire away. So I said, what's going to change tomorrow, the next day, or next month that you wouldn't take action now? Do you know what I'm saying? So your job is, when somebody comes into your inbox, is to open them up and give them the best advice in a clear, concise way. Most people just want to procrastinate. They just want to waste time. They just want to make excuses, and you've got to be their trusted advisor. And a lot of the times that means you have to say to them, listen, stop what you're saying, stop what you're doing. This is what you need to do. And you know, Angie will say it more than me. People need to be told what to do. They really do need to be told the best course of action. But you can't do that in like a douchebag kind of a way. You've got to be sensitive, and you've got to do it in a skilled way. So when somebody comes into your inbox, Kara, saying you used to be in this business, you know, should I join? I would take that as that, you know, they're reaching out to you for your expert advice. So if you're not in that business anymore, tell them why you're not in that business, and tell them what you're doing now, and make it clear to them why that would be of great benefit to them right now. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, I love it. I mean, like you, Ben. I mean, I really have to reach out. People are in my inbox constantly, all day long. And one of the things that I have struggled with, and I'm not afraid to admit, is how to kind of, I guess, close them in a way, knowing that I have, like Angie always says, you know, you can't, if you're not sharing the opportunity, you're doing a disservice type of thing, right? So it's like I'm always sharing the solution. It's just a matter of how, like you did with me, Ben, figuring out where to get them in the heart, I think, like, and doing it in a way that like lets them understand, you know what, that sounds like a wonderful idea. I'm in.
Yeah, so I totally get what you mean. I mean, remember, what you've got to remember is from the training, people buy on emotion backed up by logic. So when we were chatting in your inbox and you were telling me, you're going to think, oh, you little sneak. But
no.
You were telling me I've wanted to release a product for a long time. Yeah. I feel like I should be at 6 figures, but basically I've tried this, that, and the other, and I just don't know how to get there. So I listened to what you're saying, and then I said to you, hey, Kara, I got this membership site that I just launched. We're teaching people how to create successful products and how to become successful business owners in their own right. So I just repeated back what you just told me you wanted. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
and then I just simply said, if you could discover how to create successful products and become a successful 6-figure business owner, what would that mean to you? And you're like, well, duh, that would mean everything to me. And then I'm like, awesome. Go speak to Tara, grab a link, and let's
I know. And I do want to put in, I was telling Tara, I was like, and Tara knows I am not an easy sell. Like every time somebody comes to me, I'm like, get away, you know. But
And you know, Kara, from the past we've had conversations. I know that you're not an easy sell. I know that unless you feel like it's your idea, you ain't doing anything. Yeah. So I had to make you feel like that was totally your idea, and because you because you didn't feel like I was pushing you or selling to you, because you felt like I cared about you and I could deliver what you wanted, you took almost immediate action. And it's a skill that takes time to develop, but it's a skill that if you can develop that, it will like blow up your business. Now, I know I'm going to go back to the paid traffic for a second. I know, like, I hope Scott won't mind me saying this, but I know Scott's the sort of marketer who doesn't really want to like message people in their inbox. But you know something I learned recently? All those skills you apply in an inbox, you can apply to your sales copy. It's the same psychology. Yes. And when you apply that psychology to a sales copy, you can actually automate the process, and no longer do you have to go into somebody's inbox. You just have to drive traffic to your free giveaway, get them into your funnel, and let your sales copy do the work for you while you're on the beach, while you're sleeping in your bed. And you know, Scott would probably say very openly, that was probably what we were missing from our marketing a few months ago. And all of a sudden we tapped into some 7-figure earners and realized, hang on a minute, what we're doing in like on a one-on-one basis in inboxes, we can just put inside of a sales funnel, and just if we can get free traffic and paid traffic to that funnel using the same psychology, then we're gonna 10x our business. So it's a powerful skill to learn, Kara, and I cut my teeth in people's inboxes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do. I honestly do believe you have huge potential. You know, really huge potential.
I really truly appreciate that, and again, you know, I am very grateful to be here, and you know, I do want to be like you guys when I grow up, so I will get there. And so these are the skills, and this is why I'm here. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No worries, Karen. If you didn't grab Skill with People already, grab a copy of that book. Okay. and grab Hypnotic Writing by Joe McCary. they are like my Bibles when it comes to like psychology and how to talk to people, how to communicate, and not just through a message inside of a funnel.
Yeah.
So
Nice. Awesome. I'm gonna, hey, throw that link inside the group. That might, then I can just click and go or something. I don't know.
okay, we'll put some kind of a link so you can get that book within the
Yes.
next 24
Kara,
hours.
you already have hypnotic writing, Kara.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I think Tara threw that in our T and K group. A
Oh,
while.
cool.
Okay. So it is the same one, Miss T.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
dig into those books, and when you practice what those books teach you in a Facebook conversation, and then you apply that same psychology to a funnel, it just becomes more automated. Yeah, I very rarely now reach out to anybody on Facebook because
Mhm.
it's a strategy that made me thousands and thousands of thousands, but I want to automate the process, and I can see Scott thinking, thank God. Yeah, exactly, because let's be truthful. Starting on Facebook with messaging is a great free place to start, and if you have a low budget, awesome way of making money and growing your income, but who wants to be doing that long term? Seven-figure earners don't do that long term. Seven-figure earners are not sitting there Facebook messaging because they make their money and the skills they learned work
Yes.
for them. So that's what I'm all about in 2014 and 2015. I'm going to bed now. My mouth is
I
shut.
love it. No, it's great. I love it.
But keep in mind, the best customers always make the best salespeople. And if you can go back to instances when you have bought, when you've come out of pocket for something, then you can analyze the emotion backed by logic that went into your decision and see what actually made you buy. And that's actually something that we have done. We've gone back over very large purchases that we have made or investments in mentors and looked at the psychology behind what they said to us and then the emotion that we felt and the logic in order for us to take action. So for myself, being able to do a very, very high ticket as a customer really assisted me into the belief that, okay, I can go out and sell a high ticket as a salesperson because I understand that people will make that transaction.
Yeah, I'm going to say one last thing here.
Yeah.
I know you guys know this already, but like just in the last few weeks, I committed $12,000 to partnering with a seven-figure mentor. Now, he said to me, he dug into my needs and my wants and desires, so he emotionally uncovered what I wanted, which is to get to seven figures like he did, and then he logically gave me a way to get it. He said, well, if you want to be part of my program for the next 12 months, if you want me to Skype with you like an hour a week, then send me $12,000. And we're moving. I don't really want to send anybody $12,000 right now. We're in the middle of a move,
Yeah.
But I do want to get to seven figures. And then when I said to him, well, I can't or I won't do that right now, he gave me a logical way to make it happen. He said, well, I understand that most people don't want to send 12K up front, so here's what I'm suggesting. We can split it up into 4 to 6 payments. Now, when he split it up into 4 to 6 payments and said, send me 2K now, and in another 2 months I'll charge you another 2K, he just gave me a logical way to make happen what I emotionally already wanted. So I was like, hell yeah, I was happy. I was happy because I know he can take me to $1 million, and he gave me a logical way to make it happen. So when you're talking to anybody, if you just remember, it's all about emotionally tapping into them and logically giving them a way to make it happen. I would say you should be closing 50% of your sales if you just learn how to do that.
Yes. That's my goal, man. I mean, I'm a beast at recruiting. That was when I was in MLM, but like I've told you when you got me, I'm burnt out from building teams. I'm just like, my heart has to be there, and then I usually relied on my upline, the three-way calls, who did the closing, right? Didn't really teach me too much except how to get people to whip out their credit card when it was your upline.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and to quote Angie Long, I'm just gonna say, you know, team building sucks. I really believe team building. No, I really do. I believe team building sucks, and I mean that in an MLM sense. You know,
Yes.
sucks, and you know, it's time to learn how to attract higher quality people who are actually not just in it to, you know, well, if I don't make $20 or $30 in the next 24 hours, I'm checking out. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
No, we want to attract people who are prepared, you know, to realize that you may not make like $1,000 in your first month, but if you keep taking the correct steps, then you will be making money within like 60 to 90 days. That's definitely possible. You know, you can make money quickly in this industry, but bringing somebody into your business on the basis of you're definitely going to make money inside the next couple of days, well, you're just asking for people to leave your business if that's what you're teaching.
Yeah, we have a free offer within our system, and I've never offered it. I just think it's like I don't want people, like you guys said earlier, free all the time. You know, where's the go-getters? You know, so that makes sense. And you know, we're in it for the long haul, like me, and I know Tara is, and you know, we've been working together a while. So you know, we're in it for the long haul. I mean, we're here, right? So you know, that's really what I wanted to add. And this is great stuff. I'm like writing everything down, so appreciate it.
Awesome. I just see, Tiffany, you said you've been doing that for 12 years? Oh my goodness.
I was in MLM for 12 years. I did Mary Kay for a really, really long time. So the whole team building and doing the interviews with your upline, I totally know all about that.
Yeah, and you know, like Kara said, doing the three-way calls with your upline, you know.
I did that too. It was... Oh, I would never ever go back to doing that.
you know who actually taught me that was a bad idea, and you know, forgive me for mentioning this name, this may upset some of you, but you know, David Wood, David, if you're watching this, love you, man. But David Wood once said, you know, I heard him say, you know, when you're doing three-way calls, you know, imagine when you've just got a couple of people in your business, not so bad, but when you've got a team of 3,000 people and they all want you to do three-way calls for them, where's your time freedom?
No duplication in that.
Yeah, and there's no duplication in that. So three-way calls suck. You heard it here first. Team building sucks. Let's do things the smart way. Let's be independent business owners. Let's not have to depend on these companies that, you know, if they decide tomorrow they're going in a different direction with another product and a new vision, you know, who wants their income to keep collapsing? Who wants their team to keep jumping ship? I don't.
Yeah.
So,
It's hard. It's hard. It's heartbreaking because you try not to put your heart into people, but you can't help it. That's what we're here for. We want to help, and you know, and then I know I get it. Yeah.
So Angie's show now.
Well, you guys have all been awesome with chiming in. Do you want to go ahead and pop in the group and see if anyone in the group has questions?
Well, let's hop over to the group, and if anybody else on the panel does have any other questions or comments while we're heading over to the group, just feel free to unmute yourself and chime in.
All right, let's scroll down here. See who is in the group. I cannot work your computer. Go ahead.
Do you want me to ask who's got questions? I'm really slow at typing. Not my skill.
Can you guys see the screen, or is the camera on?
Guys, can you see our screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we see you guys, not your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's... Oh, I see. So, share the screen. So, Brian, are you still on the call?
No.
No, he's eating chicken wings.
And you have chicken wings here to eat, too, as soon as we get off.
So, we're just going to give it a couple of minutes, but while we're waiting to see if anybody wants to chime in inside the group, Tara, I just want to ask you, did you get to Module 4 yet?
Yes, I completed what's up so far.
Okay, what's your main takeaway golden nugget from like Module 4 so far, and also, what's your main takeaway just from the whole of the training so far?
Well, the main takeaway from the whole of the trial, I'll start backwards. I'm going to go backwards. The whole training so far is that I feel much more relaxed, much more comfortable. Like you guys were saying, the whole team build thing, the retention thing, that where I just feel like I get lost, like my own. Can you even hear me? Yes, you can. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. Sorry,
I feel like I get lost. In the past, like, you know, MLM, I did that for 7 years. I had nowhere. I made no money. I got lucky. I think the one company I made $800. I was like, woo-hoo, and that was it. That whole thing drains you. It takes away from the value that you really have for the marketplace. I'm not saying that having an MLM on the side is bad, but it's got to be on the side. And too many people are putting it in front. And this system that you guys have created it's really made me feel much more relaxed. I'm not the only one thinking this. It also has helped me to really get it written down better, have more of a plan. I was working 16-hour days and making, $400 a month, full time at home. You know what I'm saying? So I quickly see this changing because now I'm sitting down. I may work 6 or 8 hours, maybe. You know what I mean? I'm getting up, I'm getting away. That whole first module is so intense. So that it just makes me feel better. I feel much more relaxed, and I know this from listening to Jeffrey Combs. If you're constantly in stress, it's going to show no matter what.
Yeah.
And now that I'm more relaxed, I feel like I got to say, the first couple of weeks, I've made major moves in my business. I've made major moves, and I'm basically looking at LLA as a primary right now. I've always had my tool system and so forth, but I made more money in the first 2 weeks, the last 2 or 3 weeks now, than I did the month before, the entire month before.
Yeah, so
and that's letting go of an opportunity and just letting myself relax, working far less, enjoying that grandkid a lot more.
Yeah.
Just a lot. That's a really big deal. But as far as number 4. The traffic, I've done a little bit of traffic, obviously not a lot of traffic, but a little bit of traffic, and I'm looking forward to kind of moving through and getting towards that next module. However, with this, my biggest takeaway on Module 4 was the more relaxed approach to blogging, the once a month, twice a month. Kara can testify to this. She was totally turned off of blogging because of the SEO thing and did you do this and did you do that? And you guys aren't doing that. You're not doing that, so it's going to be better. I mean, if we're not sharing our value, people aren't seeing it. So if we're not blogging, they're not seeing it, even if we hate it. So why not do it on our terms instead of according to the way an SEO guy wants it done? And I'm really loving that you're teaching us, everybody, how to just get zen about their whole thing, I feel like a zenpreneur now.
Yeah. I mean, what we're trying to do is people tend to create stumbling blocks in their head as to why they can't take action. So we're just trying to remove the stumbling blocks. And like a big stumbling block to most people for not blogging is the whole SEO. So let's remove it, because the fact is the most important part about your blog is the value of the content there. If you can get the value of the content in place, then if you want to, you can go back and learn about SEO later. But I feel like with the way we're going to be sharing traffic strategies, you may not even have to worry about SEO. I'm not going to overly concern myself about SEO. It is time consuming, and when you're writing content, if at the forefront of your mind is how do I rank on the first page, you're not writing for your readers. So I want to write for people, not search engines. So.
Yeah, And I think what you said about Module 1 just being so powerful, most people, I believe, will sit in front of their computer for 16 hours a day just because they don't have a plan, they don't have a vision, and they're just dabbling all over the place, really just doing busy work and not getting anything productive done. So the fact that you said you have a plan now, you can condense all of your work into 6 hours and then enjoy your life so you're not feeling so stressed out and like your business is all consuming you. You have a plan, you're getting it done, you can enjoy life, and then that's going to make your business flourish even more because you're not just drained from the computer screen, right?
Yeah. So I'm just probably going to, I think one person maybe chimed in the group, but I'm just going to go through the panel real quickly before we wrap up. And Scott's actually probably a good person to come to next because Scott's a person who's done business with us in another company. You know, we don't need to name names. We all probably know the company on the panel. But Scott probably himself, admittedly, is more of a paid traffic guy. And I'm just I always try and see things from other people's point of view, and probably from Scott's point of view, some of the methods we majored on in the past, probably if I was a paid traffic guy, I'd be thinking, well, I just know faster ways to do this, right? So I'm kind of interested to hear from Scott what it is he's loved about the training and what it was with him that kind of made him just jump on board with LLA.
Well, for me, as you know, my business is, I'm a solo ad vendor, so I sell clicks. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of years, and I learned to do that on my own. I never got a mentor. I never did any of that. I just figured it out on my own and just started doing it. But that's all I was doing. So I never was expanding. I was, you can make really good money selling clicks, but I was never going nowhere else. That's all I was doing. It's what I depended on. I did venture out. I got into other companies and hooked up with you guys and which was fantastic until the crap hit the fan. But
yeah.
So I went back to what I like to do is my solo ad business. But when I signed up for LLA and started watching the modules, I mean, literally, you guys, my eyes were open. And, I mean, I had a funnel. I know how to do that, but it wasn't anything like how you guys explained. I was way off track, because I was throwing a lot of different CPA, CPL stuff, and a lot of solo ad vendors out there do that. They just kind of throw that stuff out there. Not the real experienced ones, probably the less experienced ones do that, like myself. So, I mean, I feel like I have focus now, and I feel like I can really expand beyond my solo ad business because when you build a funnel in the blueprint that you guys have laid out and you follow it, you can do all those things. You can not only get customers that are going to be lifelong customers that are going to follow you and do the things that you're doing, get into the businesses that you're doing. You can also sell clicks. You can do many, many, many different things by having the blueprint that you guys have laid out. And I see that, and I'm so glad that I reconnected with you guys. I'm the prodigal child who veered off. So, I'm gonna, and I do that stuff. I'm so terrible about that because I'm a kind of a loner kind of guy. So it's very easy for me to just do my own thing, just not even really talk to anybody. And I'm so glad I came back because this is where I'm supposed to be. You guys are my family. I love you guys so much, and you guys are very good at what you do, and I recognize that. And so when I watch the videos and the articulation, the way that you guys put it together, I've never seen anything like that. And I've been around a lot of different people who are pretty talented people. You guys are spot on, at least for me, and obviously for other people that are joining you guys. But it's going to change my life. It's going to change my business. It's going to change the long term of my business beyond me selling clicks. And yeah, I mean, I'm stoked, and I'm here, and I'm moving forward, and I'm coming to the Bahamas to visit you guys. I'm going to crash your parties. I'm stoked. I'm glad I'm here with you guys. It's awesome.
Scott, I'm interested to know, as an experienced person in terms of selling clicks, number one, how important would you say to people watching this it is to have a watertight, solid sales funnel? And number two, with the type of funnel we're teaching people to set up, how much money do you estimate you could make, with good traffic and your own product inside that funnel?
Oh my God, it's limitless. I say limitless. Definitely 7 figures, no question. I mean, it's going to take work to get there, but I'm telling you, you take out all the stress and all the worry about, going out and trying to pitch people and all that stuff that I hate doing. And you don't do that no more. All you do is set all this up in the beginning. If you do the work in the beginning and do the blueprint that you guys have laid out in the very beginning, and you do that, do the work in the beginning, get it done, get that funnel in place. All you're going to do after that is just drive traffic through it, whether you drive it through your blogs or through YouTube or through paid traffic or whatever. It's so much weight off my shoulders. That's basically how I think you can make unlimited amount of money following this blueprint that you guys have laid out, because really, that's the foundation of growing a business, exactly how you guys are presenting it to us. And I think the income is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Awesome. I was just really curious to hear that, because you're more experienced with paid traffic than me, and I was interested to hear your opinion on the funnel strategy we're teaching on. I'm envisioning you, Scott. And I'd probably buy it, as somebody who's interested in that. But I'm interested in seeing when you create a free giveaway and share just a little bit of your traffic secrets, when that leads to your paid product on, how to build profitable lists or how to set up your own solo ad business. Seriously, I think there'll be a huge market of people who will want to buy a product like that. And I personally think for you, I think you will definitely hit 6 figures, Scott, sooner than you're probably even thinking. You've got a lot of experience already, and I think when you send traffic to a watertight funnel with the right upsells, the right downsells, and the right free giveaway, I think you're going to explode personally.
Oh, I believe that for sure, 100%. And I know that I'm working on a product right now that's all about the solo ad business. That's really what I want to do. So that's going to be my product. So that's what I'm having somebody do it for me, because I don't like doing it. But I know what I want to say, but I need someone to do that for me. So I hire somebody to do that for me. But my product, I'm going to have a low-level product coming in all about the solo ad business, and just slowly bring them in all the way into what you guys are laid out. Because for me, when I got in the solo ad business, that's where I've made the most money I've ever made on the internet ever, is selling clicks and selling traffic. And that's just one small part of all this. And so I'm going to be able to use a product to show people, at least for me, here, you can come in this way, you build a funnel this way, you can do these things and sell traffic. And I don't know, I'm so excited about my product. I cannot wait to get it out there and get this funnel done, and then just start making things happen and show people how simple coming into LLA and to implement what you guys are teaching. You're gonna make a long-term stress-free income.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, Kara, are you still with us?
Let me unmute myself. I'm here.
Okay, just very quickly, because my chicken wings are calling my name right now. What would you say is your main takeaway so far? What would you say your main takeaway is, and what's excited you most, or just whatever, just in under 2 minutes?
Okay, and Well, a few things like I'm gonna just iterate what Scott was saying, how and Tara as well, like where you just feel like you're not putting that extra silly pressure on yourself to like do this, that, the other thing, the things that aren't gonna get you anywhere, right? It's all that busy work, like Angie said. So I'm really loving the blueprint, the layout, the planning, the 4x90. The Sunday planning day. Isn't it interesting, you guys? I've been doing this for a few years now, and I still haven't figured out how to be organized in this way. So I don't know. I guess maybe just learning from people like you, where I resonate with, and I feel like I'm aligned with, and that's what's been making all the difference. And I don't feel like a chicken with my head cut off. I'm taking the training slowly because I'm trying to implement as I go. So I'm not like, oh my God, I got to rush into the next module right now. You guys give so much value on a daily. I'm loving the camaraderie. And, basically, right, yeah, my biggest takeaway is basically the blueprint you guys are laying out is what's exciting me right now. I know that sounds crazy, but to me, it's like really what I've needed. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of you guys here are very experienced. Obviously, you've been around for a long time, and it took me 4 years to gather so many pieces, and I still didn't even have, a clear-cut path until we actually had a mentor actually say, you have all these pieces. This is how you sort of flow with it that much better. So just thinking, if I had this exact blueprint when I first started 4 years ago, how much further, we would have actually been along by now, way into the 7 figures already. So it, will save so many people the stress and headache and literally pulling their hair out trying to figure out what to do next. So
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, you guys.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
No, you can't say it.
I just want to tell you guys. So I'm in another mastermind group, and I'm paying a couple $100 a month to be in this group. And these are 2 people. I'm not going to mention their names, but they're very talented. They make a crap load of money. They're really good at what they do. They've been around for a really, really long time, like more than a decade, and in this business. And you guys have more value and more of a precise direction than that mastermind group. Literally. And these guys have been around, and they make a crap a load of money. And you guys, it's beautiful. Like I told you, Angie, and when I private messaged you, it's beautiful piece of marketing you guys got going here. And it's I think what's powerful about it, because it comes from you guys' heart. You guys are really true people who really do care about other people's success. It's not about you guys. And I'm just telling you, I think anybody, if they want to make it in this business, definitely you guys are on top of that whole thing of training people. I just want to say thanks. It's awesome.
Awesome. We appreciate that feedback. And very, very well. I say very, very soon. Within the next couple of months, we've, as we mentioned on the last hangout, we're going to have another membership level, if you like, because we've realised, that the faster people can just kind of get going and get things happening, the higher the retention rate is. So we're going to be doing like an almost a copy and paste and plug in type membership level, where people very often ask us, how do we set up these funnels exactly? How do you link this page to that page? And we're going to be doing a level where we basically break it down even more for people who are perhaps non-techie, or some people kind of want to know what are the exact questions that you ask to people on Facebook when they come into your inbox. So we're going to be doing like copy-paste templates for your marketing, where if you've ever struggled knowing what to say to people, like Kara said earlier, Well, we're going to provide a template on the exact questions with a breakdown of conversations we have on a daily basis. So you can just refer to that template and be like, okay, now I know exactly what to say to people when they come to me, or now I know exactly what to do in my YouTube videos, or now I know exactly what email subject lines to use, and all that kind of thing. We're going to break it down even further and add even more value over the next couple of months. So I truly believe that the price point we're going to be offering all this at, I really believe from what I've seen out there, it's going to be unbeatable. I really do. I know what we're now charging $97 a month for at this level. I know there's people out there charging $200-300 a month for less quality info. I can say that truthfully. We are really providing this at a steal. We really are providing it at a steal. So we'll move to Tiffany. Tiffany, can I see?
Puppy,
can I see a dog's ear?
Aww.
She wanted to be on the conference call.
So what would you say, Tiffany, your main takeaway is so far? And very quickly, what was it that has caused you to want to fly out to the Bahamas and just come to a live mastermind?
Well, first, my biggest takeaway was definitely I still have a full-time job, so I was constantly running, trying to feeling I was not getting everything done that I need to get done. And now that I have this blueprint, I'm condensing everything. I feel much more relaxed. I'm getting a lot more done. I feel like in the way less time than I was before LLA and before the first module. So I have my blueprint written out, and everything is broken down by day. I know what I have to do every day when I get home, and I'm getting the most important things done, which is what I need to be doing in order to get out of my JOB. So that was the first big takeaway for me. And then the Bahama Mastermind, I just feel like meeting you all in person and getting this training that you guys have going on over there is going to be the biggest turning point in my business and probably my life in general. So I'm super excited to get out there with you guys and just have those 4 days of training. I'm like over the moon about it. I can't wait to go. I'm super excited.
Cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have a blast too, and you're gonna be swimming with
yeah, it's actually the swimming pigs that do the mentoring. We're just there to tag along. So.
We have a jam-packed schedule, so you're gonna be coming out of there swinging for sure.
Yeah, pig pack schedule.
I can't wait. I'm excited. Very excited to meet you guys.
Cool. I don't know if Brian's still there or whether he's chowing down on those chicken wings. Or Brian, are you there? This is Houston calling Brian. Houston, come in, Brian. No. Okay, Brian's gone. So we'll just hop over to the group real quick. Okay, everybody's saying what they wanted to know is being covered, so that's cool. So, I'm just going to let Angie close this one out.
All right. Well, you guys know the competition is on as of tomorrow, so we're going to see who can get the most amount of traffic in the next 30 days to your blogs by plugging in Google Analytics and sharing that in the group, as well as, commenting on each other's blogs. So I'm excited to see who's going to get their blog finished tonight. You guys can all crank that out literally within 5 minutes if you don't have one set up yet. And I'm actually going to drop a little bit of a tutorial on that as a bonus inside the group probably tomorrow. So for those of you that don't have it set up then, you can go through that tutorial, and then we'll start just driving tons and tons of traffic, dropping them in the group. You guys can continue inviting more people into that main free open Legacy Lifestyle Academy group. So that's going to help with traffic, and we're just going to blow it up. So
one last thing I just remembered, just so you guys know, if any of you go to my sales page right now, it's like it is a mess right now, but you guys need to know behind the scenes, Angie will tell you, I'm working extremely hard on getting the copy down for a really solid sales funnel. I personally I'd like to get a sales funnel for LLA that's converting at about 10% at least. And part of the mentorship we've taken out, the guy's an expert on sales copy. He made his millions online through email marketing and paid traffic. So I'm learning some interesting stuff from him on that score. But what I've realized is this is good sales copy isn't written in like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? You can spend days on really, really good sales copy, if not weeks. So this might take me weeks to get down, but when it's done, the sales copy will be watertight, so that when you're funneling people to our LLA sales page, it's actually going to convert for you. You guys are going to make more money. If you're sending traffic, then it's not converting, waste of time, and if you're sending paid clicks, waste of money. You guys may even want to go out, in the future you'll be able to create your own funnels and get ideas from the sales copy we're putting there. So everything we're doing behind the scenes right now really is just to make your guys' job easier. If your job's easier, your life is easier, so is our life and job. So, if you go there now and it's a mess, I apologize, but over the next week or two, you're going to see what I believe is going to be like some of the best work I've produced so far in terms of sales copy. So I don't want to put out crappy stuff anymore. I just want to put out stuff that converts. So
yeah, and he's really pouring his whole heart and soul into writing the sales copy. So seriously, right now, anybody who knows anything about sales copy, right now, I was talking to my mentor the other day, and he basically said, stop everything you're doing right now. Do not write another word of sales copy, and go and plug into this book by Dan Kennedy, which is 290 pages long. After you've read that book and made notes, go and watch all these DVDs, and then and only then, when you've done all that, begin to write your sales copy. So that might take me another day, 2-3 days to get through, but when I do, I'm going to have a good idea on the direction the sales copy needs to go into. And, for any of you, I know some of you are about to potentially launch products. Do not underestimate the importance of sales copy. Seriously, if you can have the best product in the world, but if your sales copy stinks, you will not sell many products. And that's something I've learned. I made nearly 5K with a product I did, but it was done through warm traffic that knew me from Facebook and YouTube. When you're sending cold traffic to a sales funnel, it's even more important that your sales copy is awesome. And I'm sure Scott or anybody who knows anything about copy and traffic would testify to that. So working hard on it behind the scenes to deliver something which is like high quality for you guys. So. Yeah, Brian is asking if you can outsource. Yes, and actually that's what I did with my first product, YT Explosion Code. I went on to sell $65,000 plus in the first 2 months, and I did outsource that because I knew zero about sales copy. But it was a hefty price tag. I paid $5,000 to get the sales copy outsourced and the whole entire products put together. So. Yeah. I made the content and I just gave it to somebody else to put it together. So it's not cheap.
No, and we know one of our mentors. We've got 2 mentors who we're plugged into right now. One is on a very personal get on Skype relationship, and the other is like through recordings. We know one of our mentors paid $10K just for one sales letter, just for the sales letter, $10,000. Now, personally, what I would say is this: if you learn sales copy, you've just learned a life skill. Personally. I would rather learn the life skill. Now, in the future, when you're making 7 figures, you can make your money work for you. And if you can find somebody who's really great at sales copy, then you won't mind paying 5 to 10K. But right now, the truth is, the reality is, most people don't have 5 to 10K, and it does take decent money to get somebody who writes decent sales copy that converts. So I'm in the process of truly nailing down the skill, and that's going to be another revenue source for us in the future as well. So I consider it, I'm not going to learn how to be a great master copier in like a few months, but what I will do is I'll nail it down better than 98% of people out there. So I'd think of it in terms of another revenue stream, learn the skill personally, I would say.
Yeah, if I could redo it, I would have taken that $5,000 and invested it in a copywriting course. So.
So on that note, guys, we're gonna I don't know, Tara, did you have something to say?
I just want to say copywriting is the highest paid skill on the internet.
Yeah, it is.
You.
Really is, Tara, and you know, I fully intend on nailing down copy, because I can create some high-ticket products on how to teach other people how to do copy. You know, it's another income stream for me. Copywriting is something I love anyway, and it's a big skill. You can, you know, if you learn how to do copy, doesn't matter really what company you're part of, whatever you do. You know, even if it's a half-decent product, you will sell that product. Fact. If you have the best product in the world, but you don't know how to do copy, and you can't outsource it to somebody who does, you won't sell much of that product at all. So I consider it priority number one right now. Well, on that note, we'll close it out, guys. My chicken wings are like calling my name. And I'll enjoy my chicken wings, and we just appreciate you guys turning up, and we will see you back in the group later on. Bye for now.